What exactly are urban legends? Just so everyone knows, these are ghost stories without the ghost. We might think of urban legends as modern fairy tales. Just as stories like Little Red Riding Hood and Goldilocks and the Three Bears were passed down to generations through word of mouth, and so are urban myths. Let's face it, a sleepover isn't complete without at least one candlelit horror story. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Do you want an excuse not to sleep tonight or ever? Same here, so let's join hands and go over 10 of the scariest urban tales ever. Have fun with your nightmares. Let's start. Number 10. Bunny Man. Meet Bunny Man. He's a guy from Virginia who dresses up as a rabbit and kills people with an axe. There's even a bridge named after him. The story unfolds like this. There was an asylum. The Clifton residents did not like having people with mental health conditions near their new homes, so it was closed down. All the patients were transferred to Lorton Prison. Then the bus crashed on the way. Sadly, one patient escaped. He was Douglas Griffin. After several weeks, rabbit corpses began to appear in the woods. Douglas was probably eating bunnies to remain alive. That's what we can imagine for now. This carried on for a long. Then, on Halloween night, a bunch of kids went near the bridge. In an instant, they were all strung up like rabbits and hung from this bridge. The missing mental patient was, of course, thought to be the murderer. And if you come here on Halloween night at midnight, you'll end up much like those kids and bunnies. So feel free to stop by during October. Number 9. The body beneath the bed. Since hotels and motels have become more common, people have told stories about guests who woke up to find that the mattress they were sleeping on was filled with the body of a murder victim. It's a gruesome story, but it was always considered a myth or legend. Then, in 1999, a couple in Colorado actually slept on a mattress with a body. However, the police kept quiet about that case. In 2010, a huge story broke when guests at a Memphis motel found they had been sleeping on top of the body of Sumi Millbrook, who was missing at the time. Later, her boyfriend was convicted of the crime. Many people were shocked and promised to check their hotel beds more closely the next time they stayed there. Number 8. Tale of Christopher Night. For many years, visitors to Maine's North Pond have reported that something weird was happening there. People kept saying that things were missing. It wasn't just one person at a time. Many people had the same views. Batteries, food, and flashlights would go missing from cabins and camping tents. At first, people thought that the earth was swallowing everything up. The more sane explanation was that there was a thief at work. It turns out that they were correct. A warden spotted Christopher Night living alone in the woods for 27 years in 2013. This man had been watching hikers and other people in the area for a long time. When he was finally caught and questioned, he said he was responsible for about 40 thefts a year. I mean, stealing batteries is terrible enough. Still, if you have been active all those years, I expect you to eventually prove it and publish a book about it. That will be even creepier. Number 7. The Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary is a story about a ghost, phantom, or spirit who can tell the future when she is called upon. When her name is repeated, she is claimed to appear in a mirror. Raise your hand if you've ever stepped into the bathroom, turned the lights on and off, and chanted Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary in front of the mirror. Because this is apparently how you call Mary. And the good news is that Mary can be pleasant at times. Well, the bad news is that she frequently appears as a bloody corpse. So, yeah. If you've ever played Bloody Mary and honestly believed you saw her, don't worry. You were most likely hallucinating, which reportedly may happen when you stare into a mirror for too long. The other possibility is that you're witnessing the spirit of a dead girl. In either case, just be careful. Number 6. The Liquor. This is one of my favorites because of how messed up it is. The story goes like this. A girl and her dog are home alone. so she makes her dog lie under her bed because she is terrified. The girl wakes up in the middle of the night to the sound of dripping from the bathroom, so she puts her hand beneath her bed for comfort and is sued when her pet dog licks it. However, when she goes into the toilet the following day, her dog is killed and is hanging from the shower rod. His blood is dripping onto the floor. The words, "Humans can lick too," are written on the wall. That sounds too scary. Do you still believe in your dog? If you ask me, I'd rather say no. Number 5. Slenderman. Slenderman is a riddle. He appears to be human, but he does not act like one. We don't know if he is social, if he understands human language or behavior, or why he seems to be most interested in humans. Sometimes it looks like he could take control of his targets. You can search more about the Slender Man myth over the internet. Here's the quick and dirty version. He's a terrifying man with extraordinarily long floppy arms that lives in the woods and preys on kids. Slender Man is entirely fictitious. He was created on the internet in 2009 by Eric Knudsen. Still, his story spread so quickly and passionately that children began believing he was real. In fact, Slender Man has been blamed for several crimes, including the well-known case of 2 girls who were accused of stabbing a classmate in his name. Number 4. Mailbox. Mailbox is an Indian urban legend about an evil spirit dressed as a bride who tricks people into inviting her into their homes. But what happens once you open the door? You're finished. It appears that the only way to prevent Mailbox is to write her name on your door. Villagers write this on their walls to keep a lousy spirit from coming in. People used to believe that a witch roamed around the houses, called people's names, and if they replied, the person would die by vomiting blood. In other versions, the spirit is a bridal ghost who roams the town looking for her husband. She is believed to take away the male of the house, who is typically the only earning member of the family, bringing bad luck to the entire household. Number 3. Tek. The Japanese urban legend Tek is about the ghost of a schoolgirl who fell onto a train track and was cut in half by a train. She is a vengeful spirit who haunts the streets and train stations at night. Because she no longer has a lower body, she travels on her hands or elbows, dragging her upper torso and making a scratching sound. If she sees a person, she will chase them and cut them in half, just like her. Or she may ask the person where her legs are. So you got another thing to worry about the next time you take the train home. Are you afraid yet? Number 2. Haunted Bus Stop. The terrifying story of Beijing's ghost bus is guaranteed to turn off some individuals from taking public transportation. It's late at night, about midnight, and the last bus of the evening. 2 men flag down the bus. Even though it's not at a stop, the driver lets them on. So far, everything is going well. But it turns out to be 3 dudes. The 2 are supporting another one who appears to be in poor condition. It also turns out that all 3 are extremely pale and are dressed in Qing Dynasty clothing. The bus driver explains it by saying that the 3 people are actors who couldn't change after work. When the last passenger got off the bus, he told the driver that the 3 males on the bus were floating. The driver brushed off the stupid idea and went off. He ignored those creepy males who were still in the bus. Well, he had other things on his mind. The following day, however, it was discovered that the bus did not complete its route. According to some accounts, the bus was never recovered. Number 1. Organ Thieves. While the famous story features a businessman, a bathtub full of ice, and a message from the compassionate organ criminals advising the victim to seek medical assistance. The man asks, "What's wrong?" "I just took your kidney," was the cold reply. That story has been told for decades all throughout the world. We don't know how much truth it holds. However, illegal organ trafficking does exist, and the culprits are unlikely to apologize. In 2014, Mexican authorities arrested an accused Knights Templar cartel whose members kidnapped youngsters for their organs. Seriously, this one is even worse than the urban myth. Do you agree? Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. Do subscribe to get updates about what's new on our channel. Which urban legend keeps you awake at night? Let me know in the comments section below.